All right, I'm going to call to order the village board meeting at the Lisbon Village Hall on Wednesday, March 12th, 2025 at 6:32 p.m. Roll call, please.
President Osterman,
Here.
trustee Moonen,
Here.
trustee Beal here, administrator Green.
Here.
Trustees Plotecker and Quinn are absent and excused, and clerk Capazzo Ketch is here to record the minutes.
Thank you. We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item 3 is comments from citizens present. Does anyone have anything they would wish to address the board with tonight? Anyone on Zoom?
No one present on Zoom.
All right. Item 4 is the consent agenda. Items under the consent agenda are approved in one motion unless a trustee requests separate consideration. We have A, the approval of the temporary flow meter installation quote for MSW for $3,500. We have B, the approval of the CUP amendment for Red Wing Kennels to reflect the new owners. We have approval of the contract for Havens Petting Farm for the Community Festival for $1,686. Approval of the contract for Heartland Inflatables for Community Festival for $1,000. And approval of the contract for Hoofbeats Express for Community Festival for $1,240. Is there any question on those, or is there a motion on the consent agenda?
Motion to approve as full.
Moved by Mark to approve. Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Linda. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Item 5, accounts payable. Do we have enough, right? People here.
But that would be the majority of board members present.
A, authorizing the payment of the Falls Auto Parts bill dated 2/27 for $1,438.93 and 3/7 for the amount of $150.86. Any questions, or is there a motion on A?
I make a motion, we accept as presented.
That we need to accept. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mark. Any discussion?
Mhm.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 2-0. Item B, authorizing the payment of the remaining bills dated 2/27 for $727,562.48 and 3/7 for $219,881.95. Stan?
For the top 5 expenditures for the February 7th bill to the city of Pewaukee for $359,315.01. That is for fire service for 10 months of 2024. GFL for $131,576.15. Waukesha County Treasurer, $90,538.06. Compass Minerals for $39,312.51. And Village of Scott, it's $16,844.61. And for the 3/7 bills, GFL $129,007.49. Premier Building Inspection, $31,415.57. Civic Systems, $10,330. Village of Lannon, for their interceptor, $9,718.65, and the Energies, $9,632.88.
Thank you, Dan. Any comments or questions, or is there a motion on the check register?
I make a motion to approve both February and March as presented.
Is there a second?
I second.
Linda, any discussion?
Mm-mm.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Item 6, announcements and correspondence. We have the Public Works and Utility Committee meeting on Wednesday, the 19th at 5 p.m. at the Village Hall. We have a joint public hearings and plan commission meeting on Wednesday, the 26th at 6:30 p.m. at the Richard Young Fire Station. Then we have the spring election on April 1st. Polls open at 7 a.m., close at 8 p.m. It's a statewide election. Next Park Committee meeting is on April 9th at 5 p.m. at the Village Hall. And the next Village Board meeting will be the 9th at 6:30 p.m. here at the Village Hall. Does anyone else have any other announcements or correspondence?
Mm-mm.
You should all have an email in your packets that was received as correspondence. And then for the joint public hearings and plan commission on March 26th, we will need at least one additional board member to attend.
Okay,
So I will send out a reminder email towards the end of this week.
perfect. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, item 7, administrator report.
some highlighted meetings from the last month. I met with Jess from the Chamber of Commerce. She went over services and opportunities that they provide to us. I met with Folsom on reclamation plan submittals and reviewed all reclamation plans with Mitch Leafs, our engineer. I also met with Roberta Wall and Dave Gilbertson on reclamation plan reporting that deals with multi-jurisdictional areas. And there will be a resolution coming. It's being passed around in Sussex right now. So that'll be coming in the meeting. I met with Rich Holtmeyer from the League of Municipalities. Discussing future options for insurance and other others, future finance options, and review timelines for the park borrowing that we approved during the budget. So that will be coming up at the next meeting as well. And then had meetings with architecture to go over some of the planning projects for.
All right, any questions for Dan?
No.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Item 8, unfinished business. A, discussion and necessary action regarding revised assessor contract for the 2025 through 2029.
This was brought up at the last board meeting. Contract identified in 2025 shows the contract identified in 2025 being the revaluation year. They proposed that revaluation year would be in 2026 when they would meet the memo. So at the last meeting, we requested that a new contract be submitted that shows a 2026 revised time frame. There are no other changes.
Discussion at the board. Linda, any concerns?
No,
Mark?
I just saw they were paying for fire damage insurance as part of it. Do we know what that was? It was page 6.
That for the records?
Yeah, so I was wondering if that covers their office or
What number is that?
11 under the general liability.
That's just included in their COI in what they are requesting from our COI coverage. I would mention that probably for potential fire damage for files that they store on site.
I mean, their scope of service is covered in detail on other stuff. It just didn't say what the insurance was for.
I can send her a copy.
Hmm.
I would note that was on the original.
I have no questions. Anything else?
no, can we wait till next month? Put it back on the agenda? Is that what you're saying, Dan?
We can approve it, I can follow up with them
Okay.
on that requirement. Otherwise, you can wait till the next agenda. It's not a huge hurry, just know that
Yeah.
we're not going to read out 3.6.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're still covering the current contract.
Are you okay with that, Mark?
Yeah, it was just more of a clarification question.
Okay,
It didn't break it out as
sure.
a specific cost. It was just.
Those are just.
Yeah, I just wasn't quite sure what it was covering. It just said fire damage.
I didn't look too much into it because
Oh.
I can kind of. But it would have been considered.
Is it-
This is substantially shorter than your previous contract.
You're talking term?
Oh, what?
Document length.
Well, how many pages do you have of the other one?
Oh, that's true. This doesn't have a size.
It probably didn't do it.
Yep.
It's not this one.
Nope, I'm guessing that's it.
Okay,
Anyone want to make a motion on this one?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2025 through 2029 agreement for assessment services with Accurate Appraisal LLC in the total contract amount for 5 years of $204,000 and no dollars or cents.
Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Linda. Any final discussion?
Just administratively, you can report that question back to us.
All right. Anything else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 9, new business. A, discussion necessary action regarding ordinance 2025-03 to rezone 74-acre portion of LSBT 0221.999.017 from the A10 agricultural district to the R2 single family residential district. This was unanimously approved by the planning commission. Anybody have any questions on this one or comments?
Mm.
I'll make the motion then to approve ordinance 2025-03. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mark. Any final discussion?
Mm-mm.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item B, discussion and necessary action regarding ordinance 2025-02 to update chapter 11 of the zoning code. This also was a plan commission unanimous approval. Any questions or comments on this?
Mm-mm.
Being it's plan commission, I also make a motion to approve ordinance 2025-02. Is there a second?
I second.
By Linda, any discussion?
Mm-mm.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item C, discussion necessary action regarding ordinance 2025-01 to update chapter 12 of the land division. This also was plan commission unanimous approval. Any questions or comments on this one? I'll also move again to approve ordinance 2025-01. Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Linda. Any final discussion?
Mm-mm.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Item D, discussion necessary action regarding the purchase of the new tender and pumper fire engine.
So the village signed a contract with the city of Milwaukee for fire service. Outlined in that contract was, a requirement that we purchase a pumper tender. The committee was formed with representatives from Lisbon and, the city of Milwaukee Fire Department, to lay out parameters of pumper. The basics were to require a tender built on a commercial chassis, 3,000 to 3,500 gallon water tanker, water pump, holding tank cabinets, and NFPA compliant and within the budget. The committee created in-depth specifications, which was communicated through an RFP process, which was sent out to several manufacturers and vendors. The group scheduled actual inspections of different manufacturers' tenders, including neighboring fire departments. Once the specs were agreed upon, the RFP was created and sent to 3 vendors. The RFP specified a set time and guidelines to submit proposals to myself. Once these were received, the committee met with myself, the fire chief, Kevin Bierce, and Doug Brown, and to discuss the results. There were 3 submittals. Fouts, Custom Truck and Body Works, and Bierce. The vendors were represented by Fire Service Inc. and Reliance, who were their vendors. Fouts unit was deleted from consideration as they didn't meet the specs. So we were looking at 2 custom truck and body. Here's both had acceptable delivery dates. Both were within budget. They had similar warranties. Both had similar specs of the commercial supply chassis. Custom Inc. had a Freightliner Expo Cummins engine. Spears had a Kenworth with an X15 engine. And the specs, I think, were preferred that an X15 was what we were. And both offered similar lighting packages, siren pumps, and additional equipment. The standout differences were Pierce had a preferred motor. Pierce had a preferred chassis. Pierce had more cabinet space and roll-up doors. Pierce added roof suction. Pierce supplied more custom paints. Pierce detailed preferred piping. SSLVH discharge, orange, tank to pump, shoe tank fills. One of the fire chiefs can discuss that if they want to. I don't know what that means, but Pierce had preferred hose and bed space. Pierce guaranteed and guaranteed hold on reserve chassis while waiting for purchase agreement. And Pierce had dry side, meaning the water tank is exposed versus custom, which is the wet side, meaning that the tank was exposed and then tainted as part of the body. And then custom left me details out, until the pre-build meeting after the first section with no guarantee of full check. So reviewing all of these options, the final unanimous vote in the committee with recommendation to the board for Pierce tender and Plumber. And so either Doug or Kevin are here if you guys have any questions.
Any questions from the board?
Just, and excuse me, I know this was with the agreement with Pewaukee, but do we actually own this or is it Pewaukee's that we're paying for? Who's,
Well,
the-
we will purchase it and then turn it over to them because it'll be. It's
okay,
that whole agreement like with the other stuff. If for some reason the agreement came to an end, it would come back to us.
okay, that's what I was wondering.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Anything for you, Mark?
No, thanks to the committee members.
Mhm.
Appreciate your time and expertise and not having us have to figure this out. So,
Yes, definitely.
I did have one question. Do we need to elect that performance bond? I say it was an extra $1,605. It was, the 100% performance bond.
I would default to you guys if that's an option or if we feel comfortable with. Pierce and Laird.
But-
I think you can defer because the more spec chassis, so it's not like. Design work, I mean, most of the design is on chassis. Right. Absolutely, yeah.
What is that? It doesn't really say what it covers. What would that be for?
Mhm.
It's at the end, during the construction phase of a regular engine or ladder truck will take several inspections that take place, right? And then there's a timeline that marches out on it, and that's usually where you get. So you get stuck a lot of times, that will require a little bit more, but this one is yet already available. None of it's staying needed.
I just have another question. Where would this be stored on a day-to-day basis? Good Hope. Okay, thank you.
And then, do we need to supply any additional monies for, badging, lighting?
That money will come out of our.
Okay.
Graphics. I mean, we didn't include money in graphics, radio, we're even forecasted city budget, so. Basically, there's small items, right?
Thank you. I have nothing else.
I guess one thing I thought about as we're sitting here is, if we pay this in advance, it's 607,997. If we don't, it's 639. But if we hold that 607 for 15 months at 5% interest, we're money ahead.
Yes, but you don't know what the interest market's gonna
True.
say. You can calculate out a 4% and probably break even, but.
Yeah.
If it goes down to 3 or 2 and. So I did think of that, but we have the money in the budget for this year.
Sure.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you to the committee too. Doug, thanks for coming out of
you.
retirement to do this. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for writing my script for you.
All right. Is there a motion on this item?
Do you want me to do it at the base or I guess we can just do not to exceed? Yeah. I'll make a motion to approve to Reliant Fire Apparatus Incorporated. A base unit price of 600, not to exceed $639,742.00 for the Reliant Fire Apparatus proposal number 1023 dated 2/27.
Second for discussion. Do we want it at 639 or we want it at the 607?
Yeah, which? Hmm,
My
What?
recommendation would be 607. I don't think you might break even on.
okay.
Want to do 607 or you want to keep it 639?
Well, we're playing the odds.
Yeah.
Maybe just 607.
Then we're paying, we pay for 607, we pay for it now, 639, we pay for it later.
Yeah, and how long? When do we have to pay for it? Next year sometime?
But we have to pay some of it now, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
You have to pay for it all.
If we don't, if we take the other options,
Yeah,
if we do the 639, we pay for it on completion,
Leave is completion, correct? There's some down.
right?
what would we put down? Is that the 31,000?
No,
No, I'm sorry, that's a
typically it's
discount.
half down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And when is
I'd-
it expected to be delivered?
July next year. It's next year. not
Next
this
year.
Next year.
We could approve it as a whole and allow finance to check into current
Yeah.
rates.
Okay,
So if you do 4.5%, this isn't compound interest, but it's temporary making 15,000 off of 350,000.
If it's half down,
That's
yeah.
a 4.5%, which is probably very high, so. If you put half down.
So it's almost like they figured it in.
Mhm.
I'm sure, or
mhm,
Well, they're gonna make the full amount.
Yeah,
mhm.
the only thing I think work against is if they don't meet the delivery expectation.
Right.
Mhm.
That is,
It's up to
yeah.
you.
I kind of think we have to pay for it anyway, just pay for it.
Well, we are gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you pay for it upfront, or you pay
I
for it
know,
later.
I know, but you know, it's the difference in price.
like cheap years that do that. Having the chassis helps because they can get to it a lot quicker. There were, in the last 4 years, you were holding off on chassis for 2 years that they weren't available. They
Right,
kind of were just sitting there waiting. for
this
a-
gets us that chassis.
Mhm.
We could do it at the 639 and then defer to our financial staff, but when they can pay it,
Okay,
It's just not to exceed. So
Right.
Yeah.
That's part of the motion.
that will.
yeah.
Second's okay with that,
I'm okay with that.
right?
Do we have to have a time limit on that though, or next meeting, or?
Well, you guys are making the motions, supposed to check and staff.
Okay.
will
Okay, just do
make
it.
the decision based on.
Okay, just email all of us so we know. Thank you.
All right, motion's made and seconded. Any further discussion?
Mm-mm.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Thank you.
Mhm.
Item E, discussion necessary action regarding a producer full service retail sales application for Rufinity to sell beer and other alcohol beverages for the Lisbon Community Festival.
So this is a license to serve beer, alcohol beverages at a community festival. The liquor being served is in line with mixed drinks like seltzers, that you get from the store. And then you're gonna have a beer truck on site. So the attorney's recommendation is to put parameters on the time and date. So on the bottom of that application, there's a spot where Valley fills out the restrictions.
Mhm.
So his recommendation is to put the time of operation during that festival, which is typically 11:30 to 4 in that range, so we staff will make sure that that is implemented and then gets signed.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I have no issues.
Any questions?
No,
Is there a motion?
is this the same one that was used
Question?
last year?
Yep, so this is the same company that provided the beer service. It was either last year or the year before. But it's the same company. We've dealt with Chad Ostrom from Rufinity.
So no question. No.
Nope. The only-
Events too, that-
Yeah. Okay,
It's just a new state prescribed form.
okay. Okay,
All right, is there a motion on this item?
Motion to approve the full service retail sales application with the attorney comments provided.
A second,
second.
on the deal. Any final discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Item F, discussion necessary action regarding application for combination Class B license by agent Linda Puccini.
Mhm.
Fairways of Woodside Golf Course LLC, West 235, North 8518 Clubhouse Circle for the prorated license period of March 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2025.
So this is just a routine Class B license application, for a prorated timeline. Fairways Golf Course has cut ties with their prior management, Three Putt Group, and management has now reverted back to the property owner, which is Fairways of Woodside Golf Course LLC. The Three Putt Group has relinquished their existing license, effective on, I believe it was March 7th, of last week. So Linda Puccini is the, acting management partner for Fairways of Woodside Golf Course. She has submitted an application in anticipation of either the revocation or relinquishment of Three Putt's license. Background checks were run on the agent and the other LLC members. No offenses were found that relate to or prohibit licensing for alcohol. The legal notice was published in the Freeman as required. And I believe Ms. Puccini is here with a check for payment prior to be issued the license. Fiscal impact for the partial year license fee, it's prorated at $50 a month, and then the applicant reimburses Lisbon for the actual cost of background check and publication fees. So the fiscal impact is $263.44. I ask for your approval.
Comments or questions?
No.
Move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mark. Any final discussion?
Mm-mm.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Thank you. Item G, discussion necessary action regarding the sale of the 2017 Ford Explorer, 2015 ambulance number 2652, 2008 ambulance 2651, and 2009 ambulance 2653, and 2013 John Deere XUV 825i.
On my report, I have each of these items. I don't have an expected sell price on the ambulance. If you don't know, right now I'm working with trying to get a hold of a company that buys boxes off chassis for the ambulance. And then the 2015, trying either through the auction or through a private seller. I think with the 2017 Interceptor that we could look at something on the market, but it's gonna get a good buyer for that. It's a great vehicle in really good shape. And same with the John Deere Gator, which I think we already have a couple of people that are interested, so maybe we'll get it. My recommendation is approval of the sale of all vehicles, as presented on this. Staff report.
Any questions?
Who sets the price on this? Besides the market, I understand that, you know,
Well, I have final price to be determined by the village.
okay,
I'll work with Nick, and Mike on the Gator. And then I'll probably reach out to the fire.
I just gave you Fred's number for the ambulance for Braun. Call him.
okay.
We're gonna try to get the best price.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Okay.
Those older ambulances are
Mhm.
worth nothing.
Yep, I agree. The Gator might be worth something.
Yeah, there's other stuff in there that's good
Yeah.
stuff, but the 2015 ambulances have value, and it's the Explorer and the XUV, and then the ambulances maybe will have some value with
Mm-hmm,
Braun for the box.
mm-hmm. Okay,
Is there a motion?
I make a motion, we approve the sale of the Police Interceptor, ambulance 2652, ambulance 2653, ambulance 2651, and the John Deere Gator with tracks.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mark. Any final discussion?
Mm-mm.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye,
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 10 is adjournment.
From
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Moved by Linda,
second.
second by Mark. No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're out at 7:01.
Wow, what a fast meeting. Second.